we're just gonna crack right into it. We're gonna do our Wordle and stuff like that before we start playing the game. A little brain activator, as I like to call it, waking up the brain working. For anybody who is watching this on YouTube, I do want you to know that I am not a YouTuber in any shape or form. So this is going to be sort of an all over the place discussion, I guess I should say, on what I feel like this game needs to sort of save itself and prolong it for a longer period of time, because this game sort of dies down once everybody completes, I guess, their all their missions, and they have nothing else to do but PvP. So bear with me while we go through this little discussion and journey today, and you know, be patient with my non-YouTubery talk, because like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't practice, you know, commentary. I sort of speak, you know, off the cuffs, from the chest, how I feel, and yeah. Oh, it doesn't work because the T doesn't go there. I thought maybe Intel, but the T doesn't go there. There you go, that helps anyway, because it's inlet. Alrighty, 4 words at once. Here we go. Damn. Oh, that was a guess. R-E-T. Need more letters. I've only got one throwaway word left to get more letters. I need to figure out this top left. I don't know if it starts with an L and ends in an L. I don't know if it starts with a D or ends in a D. Never mind. Figured it out. I can finally come to you. What do you mean? What do you mean? I swear this has been the only time I've been in stream since last time. Well, I haven't really streamed that much, honestly. I streamed a couple of days ago. But I haven't been streaming that much. I didn't even want to stream today, but I've seen a video talking about Grey Zone and their discussions on like what they think needs to change, and I agreed with most of it. Oh, thanks for the tier 1 sub, Jono. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Appreciate it. But yeah, I was watching a video of somebody else. See, I think it makes sense. Yeah, I've seen somebody else's video talking about what they thought could help save Grey Zone, and I agreed with most of it, but there's also a lot of things that were sort of like left out. And by the odd chance, like I said, it will never fucking happen, but by the odd 0.000001% chance, there we go, that a dev maybe watches this, maybe they'll agree with some of the things and they could, you know, say, yeah, this is a good idea, we'll work on that. We know it starts with R-E-T something H. Yeah. Thought I already used the C, but I didn't. Before I'm hit with an ad, fair enough. Sounds like a siege moment. What do you mean? What sounds like a siege moment? Alright. That's enough guesses. We should be able to get some words now with some of these letters. This one could be tasty, which it is. Devs really listen to players. Actually, well, no, the devs for Grey Zone Warfare, they do listen to feedback. And they probably won't listen to... oh, yeah, I'm missing the Y. They probably won't listen to much that I have to say. Like I said, I'm a bit of a nobody. But the thing is, like, I'm no pro gamer, right? I'm no, like, nothing about me screams, I know what I'm talking about. But I feel like I know what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, I'm 31 years old. I've been playing games since as long as I can fucking remember. You know, I don't have a vast variety of gaming knowledge. Like, I don't really pay attention too much, like, I guess games, like take Super Smash Bros. For an example. I've never played it. So I would never give my, I guess, input on games like that. You know, there are games that I see on the store. Let's go for an example here. We go look at the store and we have a look at popular upcoming. Alright, apparently these popular upcoming games. This here would not play. Looks like shit. This here looks like shit. This here looks like shit. Hey, Jono! What the fuck, dude? How many was that? I can't even see how many that is because of the multi-stream thing. I have to switch over. Oh, 41! What in the actual fuck, dude? 41 gifted subs. Hit sub goal, appreciate it, dude. Holy shit, dude. I appreciate that so damn much. You do not have to do this. I sort of haven't really been streaming because I don't know, I feel like I don't have the audience, like, you know, so I just haven't been streaming. But now you're making me feel like I need to, and that's going to go off every single time. Why? Normally when I get like 5 gifted subs, it goes off once, but for some reason it's going off every single time. for these individual ones. Why is this happening? It should have only gone off once. Oh my god, can I skip the alerts, please? Because that is going to drive me up the absolute wall. Where's my alerts button? I've stopped looking at this thing for many, many times. Alright, I need to drag this over to my other monitor. I think it's squashed somewhere. Let's drag that out for a second. Alerts, 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 alerts. Oh, here it is, right here. Pause alert, skip alert. Is that just going to skip to the next one? If I hear another one, I'm going to pause it. No, I don't want to pause it just in case something else happens. The thing is, like, it's not that I don't want to bother, it's just, like, I have nothing else to do at this current moment other than stream and play games. And, okay, I don't know how many have gone off, but I'm just going to skip this alert button a bunch of times and hope to God that's enough. I've clicked it like 20 times. Is that enough? What does it say? Ben, where are you on this list so I know? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more, but 14 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll see if that worked. It should say Z-Tech now. If it works correctly. Nope. What was that one? I didn't see that one on the list. Oh, unless I went the wrong way. Mitchie. Alright, Mitchie's the third last one. So the next one should be Z-Tech. If it's going down the list. Which it should be. Nope. That is somebody else. Okay, we're going to press the skip button a bunch more times. Apparently it's random. This is driving up a wall. W alerts. Yeah, like I said, when I got gifted 5 subs, I don't know, last month. Oh my god, skip the alerts. I'm gonna bad click it. Oh god, these alerts. And it only went off the one time, but for some reason when I get more, I don't know if it happens with 10, but for some reason it is just going off for every single one of them. Maybe if I click on these here, it will maybe get rid of them. Nope. Still going. Jesus Christ, what have you done to me? What have you done to me? Choo-choo. Why is this still going off? I don't want to pause the alert because I've had people follow. Last time this happened, I think it was when Josh gifted me. Fuck, I think it was like, oh, I don't know. I think it was like 70 or 80 subs. And I end up pausing an alert. And then I had people come in and follow and stuff like that. And I never got the notification because I paused the alert. Why is this still going? You've really put a halt on this stream, buddy. Holy shit. What's going on here? Okay, that's just that. What is this? That's that, okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, all these games look like absolute dog shit to me. This looks like some sort of Animal Crossing kind of bullshit. This here looks potentially good. I'd have to click on to see more, but all these other games, like, in my opinion, look like absolute horseshit to me. So if it's a game that I care about, like Grey Zone, Siege, like FPS games, but also, like, there are survival games that I care about. Like, my streaming career sort of started off with Scum, which is a survival game, like DayZ kind of thing, if you know what Scum is. And for me, I lost interest in that game because the game started going down a development path that I just it tore me from the game. You've really thrown a spanner in the works with this, mate. These alerts are just driving me cool. I thought it was just gonna go down the list, but like I'm seeing names from the bottom of the list, to the top of the list, the middle of the list, to the top of the list, the bottom of the list. Like it's all over the place. Sure, it's over now. I don't know. I thought it was going to be over by me pressing. Nope. I thought it was going to be over by me skipping all the alerts, but apparently that done nothing. Get it? Nope. As soon as I open my mouth. I don't know how many of these things have gone off. I feel like it's 30. Maybe I don't have like a multi alert thing. Maybe 5 was the max I had. For like gifted sub alerts. Let's have a look. I don't think I ever thought I'd be popular enough to get gifted large amounts of subs, so it'd be an alert box, I think. Subscription. Gifted sub. Anonymous gift sub, community gift subs, anonymous community. How do I... Conditions when subscriber is gifted. No, frequently. Images above, that's fine. I have no idea why the image is that, but okay. Alert duration apparently is 8 seconds. Is there like a multi one that I'm missing here? Like I'm in the thing trying to find out. Like I said, when I got 5 gifted subs, it went off one time. That was it. And I thought it'd be like that for 41 of them, but apparently not. I think it's over now. Settings, no. Conditions. When a user gives at least amount of subs. I don't know if this is going to change the whole setting or not. I found the one that I'm looking for, but I don't know what it fully means. I think it's over now, but I'd have to look into that setting a bit more because I don't know what I'm clicking on right now. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand what's going on there. Yeah, it was instant level 8. God damn. Alright, let's move this back over here where it belongs. It definitely is a new record. Low Lake Hype Train. Okay, I'd have to look into that at another time. Just don't go gifting me any more subs. At least large quantities like that. I need to fix that because that was kind of annoying. All right. Anyways, back to this. Oh, wrong button. Anyways. Hello, sir. No siege. Now there will be siege later. I'm live streaming on YouTube for a video content wise, but also just sort of rambling at the same time. So, but siege will be later. I'd have to end stream to cancel the YouTube stream, but to switch over to siege. But for now, we're just going to sort of yap and this could be either glass or class. I'm gonna wait until we get the actual letter because I think I've got one more throwaway word. So yeah, we're discussing Grey Zone. I just did line up. We're discussing Grey Zone today. And Jono on Twitch has just gifted me 41 subs and thrown an absolute spanner in the works. Oh, speaking of which, I can't see my YouTube chat anymore. Alright, now I can. Sorry if anybody on YouTube said something. Scroll up. Laser. Earn. Again, this one here could be great. I do think it was wood. Yeah, it could be great. Great. Oh my god, fat finger and keys. I don't want to be. A something UTE. Cute. Yes, it is. Okay, so that gives me my C. And this is class. And this is crate. There we go. The L can only go here or here. Tunic? Where are you seeing that? Oh, yeah, down the bottom here. P-R-O. This could be a double O-F, which it was. Fuck, I'm good. It's got a W in it. This is, I believe, fewer, which it is. Ends in an F. Enough. There we go, I'm good. Up a little, give me a sec. What's the bet this word is siege? It's a sign! Play siege! AIL. It's email. LEA. There is a C and a H, so leech. Way ahead of you, mate. You got a bit of delay, so I'm like typing in words before I see them on your side. But I appreciate the help. Repel. Yeah, I've got heaps up here. Cutie. Jono, you're a cutie. Thanks for the gifted subs, mate. Again, appreciate the absolute shit out of it. Did not CLE. There is an R, and it doesn't end in an R. Clerk. There we go. Nope. Yeah, that's right. Rock. Alright, so we've done all those ones. This one here. Something I. The I doesn't go second. It doesn't go second last, so it has to go in the middle. So a something I. Something L. Fuck, I'm good. Alright, they're all done. I'm hearing the chime go off for a new message. I'm doing my siege training. I'll be alerted like I found. Oh, good. Right. Thank you again for the gifted subs, Jono. I absolutely appreciate it, dude. You did not have to do that, especially such a large amount. I will be forever grateful. So once again, thank you very much, and go have fun with your siege. I will be on siege in a couple of hours. For now, I'm just trying to compose myself after the generosity you have given, and get into this discussion that I want to have with Grey Zone. Ouch. Last two words. Ends in a Y. No. Okay, hotly. Didn't think that was a word. So the sooner we get through this Grey Zone stuff that I want to talk about, we'll play for a little while. I've got a few things that I want to do on Grey Zone, and then we'll switch over to some Siege. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got all the letters, so it would have to be Orbit. Fuck, I'm good. And I had one extra guest left over. 36 out of 37. Fuck, I am good. Alright, movie. It's a very old movie. Yeah, I don't know this movie. I've never seen it. 21 grams. Never seen it. Alright. Let's launch into Grey Zone. Like I said, anybody watching on YouTube, I want you to know I'm not a YouTuber. I have no way of like talking in a YouTuber fashion where I know like these are the points I'm making. So we'll talk about that and we'll move on to the next. I'm sort of just going to be just rambling and talking about everything. All at once. I may start off on one topic, mention something, and then start that, and then go back to that. I'm all over the shop. All right, it's going to be no specific, you know, timestamps or anything like that to sort of discuss things that you probably want to like hear about and rah rah. I don't know why, but every time I launch this game, it tabs me out. I click on it, tabs me back in. It's so weird. First thing we need to discuss, and somebody else did talk about this, is joint operations is PvE only, and warfare is PvE, PvP, VE, so PvP. So, we're just going to be doing PvE. That way I can just do some missions, stuff like that. But these two need to be separated. Because I can do all of the missions in PvE, get all the best gear, just go through, get shit tons of money, buy tons of the best gear and ammo and all that kind of stuff, and then be like, all right, let's go over to PvP and just absolutely start dominating on people. So these two need to be separated. That's something that has to happen. So we're going to load in. We're gonna discuss our second technically. Second discussion. Let's make that quieter. Okay. Starting from here. I do like the idea of going through and doing missions to like sort of like get to newer areas. It sort of slows people down a bit, and you know, just rushing to the main areas to go get, you know, really good loot and rah rah. But the way that they've done these tasks now, the fact that you can repeat tasks, like I've done this task before, it's a side task, I shouldn't have to do it again. The contracts I could understand doing again, but I even think I've repeated a main mission twice as well. I think it was down in Vampire. Pretty sure I done it. Yeah, here. Search Vampire for any related chemical products. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've completed Vampire. I'm positive of it, even though it still says 10 available tasks, 1 main, 5 side tasks, 4 contracts. I've spent all my time in Vampire. I've only just gone over to Farlang Airfield. They need to do away with this repeating missions thing. It's stupid. I can't keep up with what I've done, what I haven't done, especially when it comes to rewards for an example, can I find... No, I can't. Because it's back up, it's not saying that I've done it. Which is stupid, because I know for a fact that I have done Lost Hope. I've done it. Because you go to the convoy that's down here, and then I think it takes you somewhere else. I can't remember, or it finishes here. I don't know, but it takes you down to this convoy on this road here. And yeah, I've done that. I know for a fact I've done that, which is called Lost Hope. And if I go to my tasks, it's not in here anymore. And I know for a fact I've done it. Lost and Found's in here, but Lost Hope is not. So the fact that I can repeat tasks is absolutely fucking stupid. That needs to be reworked. Second thing is, how do I switch to that? Oh, mortars. Mortars need to, because being up in the corner like this, I understand like it's a radius thing, but I think it should be more, I guess, bracketed in a direction instead of just this full circle thing, because there's nothing to shoot up and around over here out in the ocean. This is kind of stupid. I also think somebody else, the video I was watching, sort of touched base on it, that the cops, but I don't think all the cops. I think the major ones where Vulture can spawn, like Westmore, what's the other one that's over here? Winchester. Like all these major ones, Spielberg, like all these major ones, I feel like you should be able to shoot mortars from those as well. I reckon that would be an absolutely fantastic idea. Also, I also think again, not these smaller ones, but the major ones, Nomad, Winchester, like all these major ones, I think you should add the ability to have a landing zone at that cop. It sort of gives purpose on one, like, yes, there's a purpose of capturing these outposts, but it's more for finding Vulture. There's no other purpose. The major ones is only to find Vulture. Apart from that, they're like any other normal cop. I reckon if you add more of a reward, I'm gonna turn this music down. If you add more of a reward for capturing cops, and more so these higher tier ones, there needs to be more of a reward. And I feel like if you could make a landing zone here, like you'd be able to fly to this one here while it's under your faction control, only your faction control, that'd be great. It gives the incentive of capturing them, because Vulture can spawn at two different of these major ones. Like I think he's at Winchester and he's at Titan, I believe. Yeah, Titan. If he hasn't changed yet, but he was those two. He could have changed. Last I checked, it was like 5 days, and I think that was like 5 days ago. It could have changed, or it could be on the last day. I don't know. But there needs to be more of a reward for capturing these major outposts. Unlocking, capturing these just to get access to Vulture is stupid. Again, we'd have to be in PvP to show it, but when you engage in PvP, you've got the red circle. I mean, I get the idea of what they were getting at for adding it, and I think that sort of sparked the interest of people who enjoy PvP. Like, I'm a lover of PvP, don't get me wrong, I love it. But I'm also a lover of stories and questing and all that kind of stuff. See, Greater Zone Warfare, it dropped way too early, but it dropped during the peak time of the downfall of Escape from Tarkov. When Tarkov brought out the Unheard edition and everyone sort of boycotted it because it was a dog act essentially. They dropped at the perfect time, but also the worst time for the state of the game was at. Honestly, if the game was at the state that it's like in now, and it dropped at the same time as, you know, the downfall of the Unheard edition with Escape from Tarkov, it would have been far more successful. I feel like the player base would be a bit more, because a lot of people gave up on this game because of the shit performance it had. Like, and this is coming from somebody who played it on a older PC. Like, my stream PC is got a 1080 graphics card in it, and it did run Grey Zone. Yes, it wasn't fantastic, but it ran it. But new PC runs everything maxed out, and like I'm at 100 and something frames, 140 frames right now, just sitting on this. If I get out of this and run around a bit, like, that was really slow, but like I'm 150 frames. Dropping from, like, I think the lowest I'm seeing is like 132 and max is 155, 162, 168. Like, I'm getting good frames on my new PC. And like that's with pretty high settings. Go graphics here. These are my settings. These aren't really, like, I haven't dove into settings to be like, this is the best settings or anything like that. I sort of clicked on auto detect and then like made some minor adjustments to other things. And right now it is 8 o'clock at night technically, but it's pretty bright for me. Which is another thing we need to talk about, is going into graphics. I've just increased my brightness, dropped my contrast, saturation, gamma all the way up, and like I said, it is like this pretty much middle of the night. Like I can see quite clear. This brings the unfair advantage to PvP essentially. I enjoy the fact that, like, of nighttime missioning and all that kind of stuff, like being stealthy, sneaking through bushes, but the AI is not there for that. The AI is pretty horrendous. They've worked on it quite a lot for like hit mark, like hitting their limbs and all that kind of stuff. That's all fine, but their detection is still ridiculous. And I know that they're working on it. They're going to be tweaking all that kind of stuff in the future. But it's still pretty terrible for AI. It still needs a lot of work. And like I said, we're gonna go quickly fly over to one. We're gonna make our way over to do this task here. Accept that task. What is my helicopter at? No, it is not. What that was. Like I didn't get on it. But yeah, so AI still needs working on. I don't know that they're still working on it, so I'm not gonna be like, you know, they're not focusing on more important. They're not focusing on important things. Like they're doing a great job with Madfinger Games. I think it is. They're doing an incredible job. Just throwing my sort of 2 cents out there. Not that it'll probably ever be heard. But in the off chance that it is heard, maybe they do like something that I say.
Down and ready to load. Ready up, we're taking off.
Then great. Or if somebody watches this and they hear something that I say that's pretty cool and they pass it on to somebody who's more popular than I am, then great. That'd be great too. But the next thing that I sort of want to talk about, more PvP, like again, I'm mainly focusing on for PvP sake, because PvE, like, in my opinion, it's sort of null and void to talk about when it comes to the actual raw experience of this game and what it was originally intended to be. And I know that they said this game was going, it's more PvE focused than it is PvP. But the thing is, like, you have 3 factions for a reason. You know, you're Crimson, Mithras, and Lemang. There's 3 factions for a reason, but there is no reason. Like, not... I honestly feel like the bosses should be more favored to closer factions. So for an example, technically Hunter's Paradise is closer to Crimson, so the boss here should be able to, I guess, less aggro. Like, shouldn't aggro to them as fast as somebody from, like, Mithras, because they're further away. So, I feel like they could do a better job at making what faction you pick more rewarding. And I know, like, when I signed up for Lemang, it said, like, there was a $5,000 cash bonus thing, which isn't a lot, but, you know, that's the whole reason why I signed up for it, I guess. But apparently you also get that for the other ones. I heard other people also got a signing bonus. I've never seen the prompt to say signing up for them gives you a bonus, but apparently you do. But yeah, they need to add more of a reward system for what faction you sign up for. What are we doing here, actually? We are locate and report the list on the road north of Farling Airfield. Guessing it's at that house that I can see on the map. Alright, and okay, on to the biggest topic that I want to talk about, I guess. The PvP, it's fun, like, but the fact that you can die to somebody or kill somebody and you can pretty much be back into the fight in seconds, if not in minutes. It's kind of stupid in a way. Like, this game originally dropped to be a competitor for Escape from Tarkov. And the one thing about Escape from Tarkov that makes it such a addicting game is the risk and reward. This guy should be dead. This guy should be dead. Actually, I think he is dead. He's just slashed over in a weird position right now. Load that mag. I don't really need much more ammo. I've got so much ammo on me. But yeah, there's no, like, risk reward thing really for this game, especially in PvP. Like, thought I was looking for would be here, but maybe over here. That sounds like I heard a fucking footstep starting then. Like I said, it's pretty easy to get in and out of fights, like death-wise, you know, like you take in your worst, you take in your best gear, you know, unfortunately you could get, you know, headshot from somebody, and then run back with a pistol or a shotgun or something like that, and again, like, depending on where the fight takes place. There are people over here, so I need to be careful. I sort of want to bring up the map right now. Alright, let's, for an example, let's say, okay, take Diamond. I got into a fight on Diamond just the other day. We killed 2 players and took control over Diamond, and we were pretty much making our way over here to do this mission. Actually, it was actually this mission here. We done this mission. We were making our way up to do this, and we ended up stopping at these House of Prayers, which is a new location. Like, this is new. It's pretty cool. I've, like, pretty good loot up at the top house here in Rara. But the guys that we killed, they must have been from Mithras, because they were back over here in like a minute. But like, we killed the first dude, and by the time it was me and one other dude, and it was a duo versus a duo, and my buddy traded with the first dude, and while I was pretty much looting, well, not really looting because he got the kill, but I was examining his body, what he had on him, and all that kind of stuff. And I was waiting for him to spawn because it was under contesting. So he spawned at Gator, so he had to make his way back down. By the time he got back, like, he spawned and was making his way back down, I'd heard his other, like, his mate, and I got him. But also at the same time, his mate had come back, and he was fully naked. Like, he came back with no gear. I think he flew over thinking that maybe his buddy was going to get me. And when my buddy got back, he spotted him off in the distance, and we sort of like tracked him. Like, he was over here. We sort of like seen him running around over this way, and we're like, whatevs, he's naked. We've gotten his stuff. We've gotten both their stuff, because I'd killed the other dude by then. We'd gotten both their stuff. We're going to make our way over to do this mission. And by the time we'd, like, because we were looking for a little while, by the time we'd looked at him, his buddy had already respawned somewhere. Like I said, I can't remember, like, they could have flown over, he could have spawned over here, could have spawned here, like, I don't know what happened, like, but his buddy had come back. He'd respawned with gear, and he had come back over. And by the time we'd made the decision to leave this guy alone and go do our mission, his buddy had come back. And as we walked over to these House of Prayers, they'd captured this. And we're like, oh shit, they're back. So we sort of hugged this tree line, and we're looking down this way. And we seen him running off in the trees around over here somewhere. And I'd taken a few pot shots. I'd hit the dude 3-4 times. Honestly, should have died. Like I said, bullets, like the M855s don't do a lot of damage now. I know they've sort of like nerfed them into the ground a little bit, but I feel like he still should have died, if not pretty well close to it. But because of the red circle thing that they give off, they knew where we were essentially. So this guy here was hiding somewhere while his buddy ended up flanking around. He ended up getting beside me and shooting me in the side of the head. And they ended up having this big fight in around this tree, and we died like maybe 3 times to the same people at this place because we kept spawning at Gator because this was under our control. And we ran all the way down here, essentially trying to find a new way of approaching it and whatever else. But the thing is, they'd camp in fucking bushes and just look at our bodies and wait for us to sort of like come up to them to see if our gear was still there. And then, bam, we got shot. And that's sort of the, I guess, experience that you have with PvP games kind of like this and like Tarkov. Like you've got people who will rat and they will hide in bushes and they'll do that dog shit. That I understand, but I honestly think they need to implement a feature that's, I guess, I think for a more punishing experience like Tarkov, like I said, they dropped this game at the moment Tarkov was being boycotted for the Unheard Edition. And to be a competitor, I guess, against Tarkov at the time, to give this game more of that risk-reward feeling that you get, I think if you die, you should spawn back at your main base. I honestly think that would be a better option than dying, spawning at a close cop that you captured and running back, potentially dying again, but also killing the people who killed you, and then have them do the same thing, rinse and repeat, and it's just a never-ending back and forth fight for however long until the person gets tired, essentially, of dying and losing gear and whatever else. The way I feel like that needs to be done better is, and if you die, spawn back at your base. But I also feel like it should disable landing zones in that immediate vicinity as well. So for an example, if the fighting that happened here at Diamond, it should disable the landing zone here, here, and here. So it disables these landing zones, so that way you'd have to land here and make your way this way, that way. Sort of disable the landing area in that region. I feel like that's the only way that's going to add that punishment of engaging in PvP, but also the same incredible feeling of winning that fight, getting that loot, and getting out of there. Kind of like Escape from Tarkov. Like I said, they wanted to be competitors with Escape from Tarkov at the time of release. Probably not so much now that a lot of the, I guess, time has passed. Now I do know that. Somebody else there. I was like, there's no fucking way they see me. But there's somebody else here. But yeah. For the loving of PvP, this game needs a lot of work done to, I guess, keep people involved. Because like I said, a lot of people just who do love PvP, they get bored of this game. Where do I need to go here? Investigate failing airfield and find proof of drug trade. I think that's over in the back corner. Oh, I think I need the key. Do I have the key on me? I think I do. I think it is the Far Lang storage office key, maybe? I think I've got it. Yeah, so for the lovers of PvP, who enjoy that risk reward feeling like you get from like a CF Tarkov, I feel like there needs to be more of a punishment for losing gunfights and more of a reward for people who win those gunfights. Because like I said, right now it's just it ends up being nothing but a back and forth fight for ages when you can just spawn so close to where you died or have a buddy camp your gear essentially and wait for them to come loot it and rah rah rah. I'm pretty sure I said walking over here, didn't I? Oh, apparently not. Okay. So again, could be I don't want that. I thought that was something else. Again, these are just my opinions, but decent ammo. But I feel like it would sort of keep the game alive a lot longer, because like I said, for me, I love PvP, but I also love questing, following a storyline, and that's terrible ammo, I'm pretty sure. Is that terrible ammo or is that good ammo? It's just terrible ammo. That's what that other bottle was. I said, I'm a lover of PvP, but I'm also a lover of like following quests and a story and all that caboodle shit. So for me, I feel like the game needs to take a direction that I've got plenty of ammo, I don't need to collect any more. It needs to take on that direction of risk reward and yeah, I don't know if that's good ammo or not. Check that because I'm actually low on hydration. How dare you! There's you somewhere over here. I heard you, where are you? There you are there. Okay. Pretty sure I need to get in here. I thought I had this. Oh, it's falling shed. So what key do I have? Storage office. Where do I find the thing I'm looking for? Investigate failing airfield and find proof of drug trade. Fuck do I find that? I did kill the dude on the balcony over here, I believe. So he's probably been looted by the others. These guys have respawned. They've respawned, probably. No keys. No key. I feel like the key that I do have would probably be maybe up here somewhere. No, there's no door up here. I thought there was for some reason. Let's see what's in here. But I can't remember if that's a good helmet or not. I think it is. I don't check that. I love sniping this in games. Not a very good armor, actually. Drop that actually, and the medium range. Okay, that one's been looted. Pretty shitty. Gun. And don't know if that's good ammo or not. And more mortars, medium range, medium range. I think we're done in this room. Hello, anyone here? No. Oh, there's a person here. Looks like you're in there. Shit. Stop that. Plenty of ammo. So where's this storage key that I'm looking for? Alright, anyway, so like I was saying, the game is good in so many ways, but like it has bits of I just said VoIPing. Not VoIPing, but like AI talking. It has things that need fine tuning. And like I said, like I'm not saying the game is in a terrible state or anything like that, but it's not in a state that's going to keep players engaged in a large amount of time. Where is this key? This key goes to something. But what? But to keep the game going, like I said, like this game originally dropped to be a competitor kind of game to Tarkov, because like I said, they dropped when Tarkov was being boycotted, but it dropped in a terrible state. It was pretty much unplayable for a lot of people on like really low end PCs and all that kind of stuff. And this is respawned already. Is this a good rig? I think it is. It's not with space wise, but I think armor plate wise it's the 3+, which is pretty good. Better than the other one I was going to pick up. I think that was just the 3. Where does this... Oh, shit. Where are you shooting me from? This whole tactical sprint thing that they have going on as well is pretty, pretty dog shit. Well, not so much that. It's the stamina. The stamina in this game is pretty dog shit. Like, we're supposed to be... these... We're supposed to be these fucking beastie soldiers. But we can't run... We can't run for very long. And we can't do this big massive sprint that they've just added into this game either. They've added this whole weight system now to sort of... What the layer? I can't read the body though. Fucking looted. Like, I'm already out of breath and I've barely run anywhere. Ow. That was a headshot, wasn't it? Hey, Jono. Oh, the AI is just respawning around me. Uh, it's fine, but I'm looking for a key. I said, to run from that car to these bodies that I just killed. I was almost out of breath. I had to stop because of... I'm on the hunt for a key and it won't spawn. Wait a second. That's a pretty good armor rig. It's only 2 slots. 5 across, which is not bad. Look at this dude. Nope, he's got cash on him. Yeah, I don't know where this key is. Maybe it's not even here, actually. Maybe it's over here. Let me find somebody over there. Yeah. All in all, I think I've said everything I need to say. But, yeah. I'm a lover of PvP. But they need to work on the system just a little bit better. The AI is super alert. I shot that dude with a suppressor, but because of... the way that the AI works... Ooh, I need that key. There's another one right there. There's one more over here. My guy's just out of breath all the fucking time. They need to work on the stamina. It's not the best, especially for elite soldiers that we supposedly are. Oh, you want more? Oh! Hello. And I failed that task now because of that. Holy fucking shit, that guy scared the absolute crap out of me. But that's a perfect example as to what I can say. Like, imagine this is PvP. I just died here, but I respawned here. If this wasn't contested or anything like that, I could respawn here, get fully kitted up with even better gear than what I just lost, run back over here. Actually, I think I might take a gun to protect myself with a little bit while I go back and get my shit. Do that. There's no ammo in that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Unload, put ammo in there. That back. Okay. Go back and go get my shit. Wait, okay, imagine this is PvP in this area and that cop wasn't contested. This is how quick and easy it is to get back into a gunfight. Is that a patrol? No, she's one dude. I really want to take anything else with me. I might take his armor with me just so I've got a little bit extra, and his belt. Just in case. And we're back. And that's the key that I have. I don't want to open it just in case old mate here wants to just take all the loot.
I got almost zero activity near the employee housing. That's our way in. Concourse looks clear now. From what, but it's probably on that side. พวกเราผมเห็นเราคนสองคนอยู่บนถนนสายเหนือผมคิดว่าพวกเขากำลังผมควรจะยิงไหมนะ
Drop that. Take that. Cash. I feel like this is where my Bruce supposed to be, but I cannot see it. I am overweight. Little guy all the way up there somewhere. You see Scorch. I just can't see him. See Scorch, I just can't see him. I need to go unload because whatever's in that locked room, I want. So we're going to head over to this cop and unload. Which sort of ties in with the issue I was just talking about. If you imagine that scenario was PvP, how close I spawned, get back to my gear, and let's say I was running around with people, they've killed the last guy that was there, I get my gear back, we get all of the gear from anyone that else was there, we have control over this cop, we run over here, and we pretty much take all of their shit, put it in our safes, vendor it, whatever, but they fly back and they land over at Gulf 3, and then you're having a PvP fight over here at the landing zone. I think they need to disable landing zones around the area of where the fight is taking. And if you die, I think you need to respawn at the main base, not at a cop. I think the cops should only be places to capture along the way so you can unload and top up on gear and whatnot while out on the move. So it's, again, like, which is a huge benefit from having to go around the entire map to what the game used to be, going around the entire map with trying to collect it as much as you possibly could, taking the biggest backpack in the game out, and then going back to the main base to unload. There for now. I only have one use in that bandage there. I can't remember what was in here. I've got pretty much every fucking usage thing on me, known to man. I think we're good. Alright, let's head back and unlock that room. Still need to figure out where the... Oh, never mind, I failed the mission because I died. Still don't know where that mission was that I need to do. Like I said, like, you can see how pretty fucking clear I can see. It is 2 AM in the morning right now. If I were to drop these settings back to what I think they were originally at, which I don't know what that was, actually. What was the contrast like? I think brightness was at 100, the saturation was at 100. And gamma, I think, was at... I don't know. But anyways, like, I think that's not right, but, like, this is what nighttime should look like. Pretty dark, need night vision to pretty much see. Like, this is what nighttime should be, but the fact that you can just go into your settings and just go bam, 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 and it's now daytime. Those people who enjoy, like, night vision's still viable even like this, but it's not really necessary. Like, it is daytime. Like, I can see and it's 2 AM in the morning. Sort of beats the purpose of having night vision. that's where the unfair sort of balance comes in when it comes to PvP, because I was dying a lot in PvP fights at night time because people were playing like this. Yeah, maybe that light that I seen wasn't actually a person. Maybe it was a floodlight over there. And I'm heading the wrong fucking direction completely. There's probably a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but I've forgotten. Coffee! Like this. Sell it. What's that name? No, I can't. Kind of stupid if I could put armor inside armor. What is that? Scope. Like I said, unless you take out the biggest backpack, like, I'm pretty much chock-a-block again. And I literally just unloaded. Like, this is where those cops come in handy. Leads me into that same room over there, which is that door there. No, yes, yes. Sell it. What is that? I'm full again. This is where those cops come in handy, but like I said, am I overweight again? I am. Can't even sprint now, I gotta walk my way back. Like I said, imagine this in PvP at the moment, like, I'm a sitting duck essentially because I can't sprint. They need to add a, like, player skill tree system thing where you can increase stamina, strength, and whatnot. Because, like I said, the stamina in this game is horrendous. But I'll show you when I get back to the top here, when I unload, I'm not overweight. How fast the stamina drops. Like, if you play this game, you've probably already seen it and tested it, but just in case you haven't. Didn't I not just fucking walk past this thing before and didn't discover it? What the hell? Didn't check on the map, okay. I was there. Okay. Making my way downtown, walking fast, facing past from homebound. No, 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 no. The only other issue I have with this game is also like render distance. I haven't tested it since the last time I tested it, which was like when 0.3 released, I think it was, when they added all these cops and the PvP red circles. But I enjoy being a sniper. Like, I like being able to get up into an advantage point, say up there, and like sniping down at players at the cop and whatnot, and you know, like I love doing that. Absolutely love it. But let's put that in. I can't put that in. That in, that in, that in, that in. Why am I hearing some guy shivering? This is what I'm hearing. You, sir, are fucking cold apparently, and just shivering your fucking tits off. Vendors, gunny. Sell, 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 sell. That's all I can do at this current moment. I really need to fucking sell some other shit. I need to get an ammo crate. But I'm not high enough level with the traders yet to do that. I can only get magazine and weapon parts. I don't really have a lot of weapon parts. I've already got a magazine case here, but I could get another one, I suppose. I'm not really going to be saving much room. Like, got mainly like handgun magazines and like single magazines, like, single space magazines is pretty much all I got. Do that. I need to organise my stash a bit better. Oh, we can sell that. Sell that. Yeah, sell that. Take a bit of space. I think it sort of fits me out as you got Farlang and you got Farlang Airfield, so the PL is Farlang, PLA is Farlang Airfield. I don't really need a lot of these keys. Like, I've got a double up of this VV room key, Villa Vong Set room key. I still have no idea where this key is and this key is. These two keys I have no idea. I need I think it's Artisan. Yeah. What is an admin pouch? Carrying everyday essentials. Cards, keys, and money. Oh, maybe that would be helpful. I've got 144k. Fuck. And they're fucking expensive. I need this. That could actually help me a lot. Also this. I need to start making some money. Sell that key because I already have another one. Alright, let's buy that. Essentially the same fucking thing. It's bigger, but it's got the same space. it just holds other items like money and shit. So this was a waste of money. Really. I'm gonna keep these 2 keys on me. No. I'll put my gold keys in here for now. Let's see, 1.7k. I have enough for it. Can I buy it? I can. Okay, now we're dead broke. Question is, what goes in there? Okay, that goes in there. Weapons don't go in there. Okay, that goes in there. Bags go in there. Can I put that bag in there? No, I cannot. Okay. I put weapons in there. Can I put these in here? Cannot. Can I put these in here? Cannot. I mean, it's made a pretty good dent, but now I'm on the money grind. Got 6k. I just spent all my money. Things in this game are expensive. Really expensive. Like the fact that this thing here costs 75k and it's a 2-slot item, but it's the exact same as a normal key container, which is 1 slot. Kinda stupid. I feel like this thing needs more space. Because the other key container I can get, again, only holds keys, but it has like double the amount. I think it gives me 2 extra rows. Yeah. If I remember correctly. Maybe not. Can't remember exactly, but the other key containers that I can get from her at level 3 and 4, I believe, are way better. Ah, there you go. Ammo box. Could actually use that because ammo is one of those things that is taking up a lot of my space. So I need to save up some money real fast because I need to buy that. I need 60k. Damn. So that. Could just sell a lot of this ammo, but I do go through a fair amount of it. That'll do for now. Yeah. I got work to do on that, but for now, we've sort of touched base on a lot of things. Like I said, the only other thing I would talk about is I'm 44 kilos right now. And let's have an example here. I'll show you what I mean. The tactical sprint thing, that's like the super fast sprint for when you're meant to be getting out of danger when you're in PvP fights. This is as far as you can make it. Ready? And I'm done. How the hell am I meant to get out of a PvP fight with that much distance? And I guess that I'm pretty heavily overweight. That's probably got a lot to deal with it. Even when I've been naked, it's really also not even that much better. Let's actually test that out next. I'll just unload everything completely. If I've got space, I should have. Alright, we are completely naked. I weigh 5 kilos, and I think that's probably this thing. 3 kilos, which I think might be the knife in my pockets. But I am completely naked. 100% and completely fucking naked. Just run from the road again. I think I was roughly standing here. This is what I imagine the tactical sprint would be better off as geared. Like that was a good amount of time. Like if you're in PvP and you need to, especially if like you've got people extra like landing zone camping, that's a good sprint and I guess amount of sprint time you have to pretty much get out of danger pretty quickly and into some cover. When you're geared, you know, I understand like it's going to weigh you down, which makes that time less, but I think they need I think they really need to tweak that a bit better. I honestly think like being completely naked, I should be able to run from here probably. I should, if I'm completely naked in that tactical sprint, I should be able to run from there to hell, maybe even there. As an elite soldier that I supposedly am. Let's give it a test. I made it about halfway. Completely naked. Full sprint. I made it about halfway. Completely naked, I should have been able to make that entire run with ease, I think. Geared, like if I was fully geared, I reckon making it halfway is reasonable. If I was fully geared, I should have been able to make that distance. stamina needs a really big fucking work done to it, because yeah, in this game, rats are the worst fucking enemy.
What happened, mate?
Nothing, I'm just testing stuff.
What'd you say?
Nothing happened, I'm just testing stuff.
Ah, shit. I thought you died, mate.
No, I unloaded everything into my
I was like, little guy is
stash.
like he's running Rambo back to his buddy with a knife.
No, I'm just testing the tactical sprint thing.
Oh, bro, take one of those Strycheny pins, bro.
Yeah, I know, but
carry
I've got 2 of those on me, but they fucking do damage to your heart now. They never used to.
Yeah, take a suture kit with you.
Yeah. I'm just testing out a lot of the stuff. Currently streaming, doing a bit of a YouTube video, just discussing what's good and what needs working on. YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok.
Are you live right now?
Yes, sir.
Thinking what I'm thinking?
It's PvE, mate. I know where I am.
It would be
How many followers
absolutely
you got?
hilarious and just like, oh, I'm testing some new thing. Running, one shot, dead on the floor.
Yes. That's why I went to PvE to test shit.
Oh yeah, I've like accidentally like walked into towns and then people have walked through them and I've shot them and I'm like, fuck, I keep forgetting it's PvE.
Yeah, I keep getting my ass into me in the PvP, so I'm like, I'm just gonna enjoy the game. But
Do you running kitted or you go in there and get kitted?
Walk away from the VoIP. But yeah. So, like I said, if I was completely naked like the way that I am, I should be able to cover a lot more distance than what I currently am. But even geared, in the midst of PvP battle, I should still be able to get to some sort of cover. Like I said, if you land here and you've got people extract like landing zone camping this, that guy's not in my faction, that's why I can't see him on the map. If you land here and you've got people landing zone camping this, and say I'm completely geared, to run from here to here is... Let's go find out actually. That landing zone is right here. So the helicopter lands here. I've got 2 choices. To be if I'm on this side of the helicopter, I've got to run into these. Thing is, they could be camping in these, waiting for people to land. I said, you hold up here, get yourself a little angle. You can see straight through there to where the helicopter lands. You get line of sight on somebody. If they run straight at you, good night. I'm thirsty. And if I'm on the other side of the helicopter, I gotta... They're shooting at me. You've got to get to here, and again, people could be camping inside of these things here as well. But the next best cover of concealment is back there where those trees are. Going this way is sort of dangerous because, like I said, if the PvP is focused around this cop, getting into that direction is pretty much a no-go. So you've only got 3 directions essentially, but only one of them is really safe. But again, like I said, like let's say a group of 4 people are landing zone camping here. They could hold up. Somebody could be held up in this grass. Somebody could be held up in that grass. Somebody could be held up over there in those trees, and somebody could be held up over this way somewhere. They've got all directions covered essentially. if you are fully geared and you want to sprint, like I said, say you're on this side of the helicopter, you get off and you're like, oh, I need to get the cover. You're dead. Like, by the time you get over in this general direction into some sort of somewhat cover, as I said, it's not hard for someone to be camped up here. Like, you're pretty much dead. And if I was fully geared, like I said, let's say you're coming here to do a task, you're geared out, which I need to go back and get my gear to put back on to really show the punishment. I go stealthy, so I should have some little tiny bit to do with what's going on stamina-wise, but
You need to slow down there, mate, or you're going to get a fine for speeding. How did the test go? May I
still
hear your
testing.
results?
That is everything. Just
What are the results of your testing?
still got another test to do. There. Alright, I'm kitted out. I've got not a large amount of stuff on me, but you know, enough to prepare me for a fight ahead. Like, this is generally what I go running around with. I've probably got more meds on me than I need, but that's fine. Like I said, I weigh 44 kilos, which is quite a lot. But as I said, you get off the heli and you know people are here and you're like, oh, I want to get over here and get some cover. And bam, I'm already out of breath. And I've only just made it into the shrubbery here. And I'm already out of breath. As I said, somebody could be camping right fucking here, looking right at that landing zone. You're fucked. Landing zone. Let's go to land. I don't know exactly which way you're facing when you get off this helicopter exactly, but for argument's sake, let's just say the helicopter lands facing this way. You've got seats that jump on this side to get you to that side. You've got seats on this side that get you to this side. We are now full stamina, full tactical sprint, and I'm already out of breath, and I didn't even really get into the shrubbery. Like, and again, like I said, you could be camped up here, laying down in the shrubbery, and that's the landing zone right there. Helicopter, you see them get off, they're running right at you, and you just lay bullets into them. And for the last one, say you get off the helicopter, you're sitting on this side, and you're like, okay, best cover of concealment is in those trees. Let's get over there, full tactical sprint. I'm out of breath. The stamina in this game needs to be reworked to the absolute fucking max. And I know, again, I do understand that I'm 44 fucking kilos, but oh, it's a maintenance fucking thing. But still, I feel like as soldiers, the way that we're played out to be in the story that they announced, like we're this fucking elite fucking soldier, stamina and our strength is fucking piss poor. And I make it like 10 meters, 20 meters, and I'm fucking huffing and puffing out of stamina. It is honestly fucking ridiculous. Shoot.
Do you want a free grip for a 1911?
Hey?
Do you want a free grip for a 1911?
I've only got the gold one. That's it.
Ah, because I've got 2 hive grips if you want one.
No real point eating and drinking because this is maintenance going down.
How did the test go?
Yeah, good. I was just testing what it's like to sprint completely naked and completely geared, especially when landing in a landing zone. Let's say this place is contested in PvP.
What's the results of your training?
You're pretty much fucking dead no matter what you try if there's PvP here. If you got landing zone campers, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, you will be. Do they have smoke grenades there?
Yeah, they do have smoke grenades, but the thing is, by the time you get off the helicopter, you're fucking dead. You don't have time to throw it or let the smoke clear out, nothing. You're fucking dead.
They should they should bring perks into this game, eh? Where like, if you're in PvP, you can activate like a smoke grenade as soon as it lands.
Nah, that takes away from like the realism of being a soldier.
I mean, they say that, but they literally have a suture kit, and you're basically a heart surgeon.
Yeah, true, but I honestly, the thing I was discussing is the stamina for an elite soldier that we portray as. Our stamina is fucking disgusting.
Is that an NPC right down there?
You don't happen to have another one of those scopes on that lovely gun of yours, do you?
Might scope.
The scope he has on his rifle at the moment, I think it looks like a voodoo.
It's Vortex.
No, it's a razor.
Oh, what 1 to 6 times, or what's the zoom in on that?
6 times, I believe. Yeah, 6.
Because this ACOG is a bit of a pain in the ass at the moment, and I do miss my voodoo so.
There you go.
You are a G.
All good.
Do you want the M4 back, or?
Nah, you can vendor it. I thought I did have another scope, but I think I died in PvP and lost it.
The good thing about this game is that you just get the gear back, like, almost instantly.
Yeah, well, I spent all my money on cases, so now I'm a broke bitch and I need to start making money again. Anyways, boys, there's a maintenance in 53 minutes, so I'm going to dip out now.
Sweet man. Later, chat.
Later. Alright, we'll jump out there. Pretty good that there's a maintenance going on, so that gives me an incentive to pretty much just end this here. But yeah, we cover a lot of bases. Like I said, there's a lot that needs to be worked on. And again, like, I'm not saying the devs aren't doing anything. They have their priority focuses. Like, they pretty much stated that they did nothing in regards to PvP with 0.4. PvP was more 0.3 base, which is like the cops and the red circles in PvP that pop up, and you know. So they have their priorities, but one thing that I've never really heard them talk about is adjusting the stamina and introducing like a skill increasing thing. Like if you could increase stamina over time by running around, strength, like let's say strength right now is like 54 or whatever. Let's say you run around at like 44 kilos like I am for, I don't know, max of, I don't know, 8 hours real life time, not in-game time, but like real life time. Your strength and your stamina builds up over time as well, because I know Tarkov has that. Like you've got an increased amount of stamina that you have, and again, like weight has a lot to do with that as well. But Tarkov does it a lot better. And like I said, this game originally came out as a competitor against Tarkov because they dropped the game when Tarkov was boycotted, essentially. And yeah, so to keep this game going, they need to start working on these small things. They need to shut down landing zones near PvP zone. Like when PvP is engaged, landing zones are disabled in that region until pretty much all the PvP is done. Like let's say the last person's killed in that area of an enemy faction, then let's say 2-3 minutes later, landing zones are reactivated. And they need to either do away with the red circles or do a different system to sort of, deter where the PvP is and whatnot. Like I said, the red circle is pretty easy to tell where the people are. So they need to work on that system that they've implemented with the red circles a bit better. Stamina needs to be reworked. The mortars need to be worked on. The higher tier cops need more of a reward to capturing them other than potentially finding Vulture. Like I said, that those high tier cops, yes, the AI when you kill them, they have a bit better gear on them, so you can sell them for a bit more money and better ammo and whatnot. But I reckon having the ability to call a helicopter, if your faction owns that cop, you should be able to have a landing zone there. And I understand, like, there's the whole, let's say you're halfway across the map and you want to go to this landing zone that you have, like one of those high tier landing zones you have, but then it starts engaging in PvP. How would you fix that? Well, have it so it automatically goes Nomad is under fire, returning to base camp instead. And again, like there could be the whole, let's say you are just about to land and then it starts going under attack. Like, again, like these are 1 in a million, not really 1 in a million, but like they're highly unrealistic scenarios that could happen. Like the chances of somebody calling in a helicopter to land at that cop and then enemy PMC, an enemy faction attacking it as you're landing, like that's pretty impeccable timing. Like that's sort of timing that would come down to like streamers being stream sniped and rah rah. They're like, oh, they're heading over here. Let's go cut them off and start attacking it kind of thing and fuck them over. Like that's the issue, but hey, the thing is like stream sniping is its issues. Like I used to have my name as my streamer name. It's, if you're looking at TikTok, you can't see it, but my name right now is just KTS12. It used to be KTS_Gaming12 TTV. So people knew, oh, TTV, let's go see if he's streaming. We can go get our gear back. We can just follow him around. Rah, rah, rah. Like it happens. It's happened to me. So there are issues, but again, I feel like there'd be workarounds and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if there's an actual streamer mode name thing in. Could be that I just haven't noticed, but I don't think there is. I think some people, like, really, like, popular streamers were given, I don't think it'd be controls, but there should be a streamer mode thing. Like, there's a guy, I think he's Robbo, actually. He's an Australian streamer, funny enough. And his name for in the game might be Robbo, but when people here, he's live right now, Robbo HQ. He may have his name as Robbo
Harder
HQ.
to.
I should pull up his stream. But when you look at him on the map, it says operator. It's not actually his name. His name may actually be operator. I don't know, but I heard somebody tell me that he has a streamer name cover up thing that was given to him like by the devs. Apparently they gave him special fucking sort of thing to give him a streamer mode name thing. I have no idea what Force NATO Compass is, but anyway. Like I said, they can enable some sort of stream sniping name protocol thing like Tarkov has it. There's many workarounds that you can have. There's always going to be some way of exploiting the features of games. They said you're never really going to fully get rid of it, but they can have. Yeah, his name's Operator. I don't know if that's the name he's given her or if it's a streamer mode thing. I gotta ask him in his chat, but anyway. But we've covered everything we sort of wanted to talk about. If there's anything I missed, then well, it probably wasn't that important. I do know that I covered a lot of things that I do think that need to be focused on and features that could potentially help keep the game going. So yeah, that's gonna have to do it. This live stream video has gone on longer than I thought it was going to. I've sort of dragged it out, talking about what I want to talk about. I could have had it done in like, I don't know, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but sort of got sidetracked with a lot of things. Jono's fucking humongous generosity of 41 gifted subs sort of put a pause on the discussion thing, but yeah, it was good to sit down and just chat about it. But what we're going to do real quickly is Shaz with the rose. I'm mad at you, Shaz. Why? You hurt my feelings. What did I do? Oh, now it's clicking in. The other day? It wasn't really the other day. It was fucking the other week. Like a week and a half ago. But yes. I was on the phone to Josh and you were in the background, or was Discord, one of the two. But anyways, you were in the background. You said some very nasty things to me. You told me to shut up. I always tell you to shut up. You deserved it. See, now you hurt my feelings again. You said I was a terrible human being. I think I'm actually a pretty decent human being. Like, I'm not perfect, but you hurt my feelings. Made me very upset. Maybe cry. So you'll get over it? Nah. I told Josh, you're my 13th reason. But anyways, we've yapped on about Grey Zone for the longest time now. I do need to end stream so I can cancel the YouTube side of things, and then we'll need to restart the stream for just Twitch and TikTok, and we will be playing some Siege, I guess, to start off with. We may end up switching over to something else, but yeah, we will be back in about, I don't know, 5 minutes, because I've got to give time for the stream to like fully shut down on my end, because if I just cancel the stream, turn off YouTube, and then restart stream, I've still got like previous stuff on Streamlabs still there, so I've got to fully shut down stream, shut down the program, give it time to like reboot kind of thing, and then start a fresh one. So we should be back up and running it within 5 minutes or so. So, but yeah, we'll be back very shortly with some Siege, but that's going to cover our Grey Zone discussion. And if you have watched all of this, comment down below. I've watched all this in the YouTube comments, I guess. Not in Twitch chat and TikTok chat if you're listening. So if you agree with anything I've said, again, I don't expect developers to watch this 2-hour fucking video. But if anybody has watched anything, watched this whole thing, if you do find out, if you do agree with things that I've said or disagree, tell me in the comments, but also feel free to pass it on to content creators much larger than myself, and see if we can spread the word of these ideas and things that need to be focused on, and we need to get that message out to the developers to keep this game alive much longer than it usually does. So if we go to Steam ID, Steam DB, sorry, and we go Grey Zone, there's 13,000 people currently in game. Peak over the last 24 hours is 31,000. So again, could be just region based right now. A lot of these people could be sleeping, working, but we'd pretty much want to see this number going for as long as possible. It does Escape from Tarkov pop up on Steam now. Okay, Escape from Tarkov. There's only 8,000 in Tarkov, but you go. Let's go Battlefield 6. 41,000. Like, and there's currently 14,000. Like, Grey Zone is punching good numbers, but I feel like it's going to severely die down once people have finished all the missions and they've sort of like done everything that, like I said, you can repeat tasks now, which I really don't like. I do like the ability to repeat them with squad members who have only just started playing. For an example, like they've just started playing and they're like, oh hey, I'll help you with your task. Because last time I got my buddy Josh to get the game and we started playing, and I'd completed all the tasks and I was running around with him and I was trying to remember what task he was up to and where it was and rah. And I was like, if I remember correctly, it was over here. And then I'd be like, oh no, there's a step before that, we're going to go here, then here. And it's like, be able to repeat the task with him and go with him alongside my side. That's a better system, not completing a task and then an hour later the task pops up again. Like I said, I looked at Lost Hope. I've completed Lost Hope twice and it's back up again for me to do a third time now. So they need to rework that whole repeating task thing. I don't like it. It needs to be done better. But yeah, this game deserves more attention. Like it deserves a bigger player base, and it deserves more consistent player base and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't have that, risk reward thing that drives people to keep playing. Like I said, there's a few features that can be implemented that will give that feeling off. Again, like the game isn't punishing enough and it's not rewarding enough. So, like I said, if you agree with anything that I have said, pass it on to more popular content creators, get the word spread out, to get back to the developers. If any of the developers do watch this, please let me know. That'd be great to be like, oh, hey, we heard your idea about this. It sounds really cool. Again, I'm probably not the only person who's thought about them, but if they hear it from me, it'd be great to hear it. Like, to know if they heard it from me, that'd be great. But I know I'm not that popular, so that's fine. I don't expect anything to really come of this, but I just wanted to have my 2 cents sort of put out. Yeah, but we're going to end stream now real quick for YouTube side, Twitch and TikTok. We will be back up in 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes at the absolute max. I'm hoping like closer to 5. We just need to give the stream to like give a few minutes to like fully shut down. So we will be back up very shortly. If you're not follow, you'll hopefully get notification that I'm back live in the next few minutes. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you guys and talk to you guys again soon. I shall be back. Deuces.